Okay, welcome to Meet Your Monsters. If Jeepers, Jinkies, and Zoinks are part of your daily vocabulary, then this is the podcast for you. Nobody? My name is Abraham Macon.
Okay.
These are my friends.
Kathleen.
Matt.
Colby.
Sarah.
Derek.
Feared Home Meet Your Monsters is a podcast in which I show my friends horror movies that I love, and we find out if they love them too, or if they just think my taste in movies sucks. This week's movie is the 1986 Critters, written by Dominic Muir, Stephen Herrick, Don Keith Opper, and directed by Stephen Herrick. The movie stars Dee Wallace, Emmett Walsh, Billy Greenbush, which I fucking love that name. Billy Greenbush. Do you think he dyed his pubes and everything? I would. For St. Patrick's Day, at least. Scott Grimes, and everyone's favorite Billy Zane, of course. Now, I watched this movie originally. It used to come on HBO all the time when I was a little kid. And I think me and my brother must have watched them all just fucking over and over again because we didn't have shit to do. What did everybody think?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, kind of boring.
Yeah, it was quite boring. I agree with Kathleen and Derek. Like, the pacing was pretty awful.
Yeah. Parts where the critters were fun.
It was a long time where the family just bonded.
Yeah.
What happened to the
But then the dad didn't care if the kids died, really.
Okay,
it was.
so-
I think it was cute.
So wait, let's get a look here. Okay, so who didn't like the movie?
I don't
By
say
saying
I
I.
didn't like it. I just thought it was okay.
Okay,
I thought I'm with Colby. I thought it was okay.
so it's kind of a
So
tie.
3
3
against
Yeah.
2
Yeah, I mean, I
different.
didn't hate it, but I found myself oftentimes being like, come on.
This is fascinating because this is the first time we've had such a split. Usually there's one or two that didn't like it.
Well, let's do battle.
There's
Nope.
could only be
That
one.
was very cool.
Dance fight.
What I like most about this movie is the creatures. I love the fucking
Yeah.
critters because they're so, like, when they fold up, they can roll, or they can shoot the little spiny things. They got like million rows of teeth like sharks. I fucking love that as a kid. I thought it was cool. I guess we can just go on to the synopsis, which will be brief because it really wasn't all that intricate. Some small alien critters escape from a prison asteroid or some such thing. And I guess the jailer had paid some bounty hunters who just happened to already be there to...
You just said call the bounty hunters like they were just in their room.
Yeah, like whatever
That
they were
must be the
doing.
worst fucking prison ever. If they have bounty hunters on site.
And the bounty hunters track the critters to Earth. The critters pretty much just land there and...
Roll out.
Yeah,
Start eating
eating things. There's a family in a farm that is the center of the story, and some girls trying to bang Billy Zane. He didn't seem that into it.
He was not into it.
He really was not.
He was like,
The hair in this movie, the 80s
They
was
all-
just the
The
absolute
moms had
worst.
the
Just
same
so bad.
ponytails, and so did Billy Zane. They all had like itty bitty ponytails.
yeah.
Mom and the daughter, I mean.
So the boy gets in trouble. The boy, played by Scott Grimes' character Brad, had been he confessed of shooting his sister in the ass with a slingshot when it was in fact the local idiot Charlie who
Idiot drunk.
Who was hanging out in
idiot
jail. Just wandered out with his whiskey. It's like, oh, I'll see you guys later.
Gotta go to work. Drunk.
So while Brad's upstairs, the daughter is in the barn trying to hook up with Billy Zane, who I didn't even catch his character's name. Did anybody?
David. No.
Elliot?
Richard.
Because I know they called him
Paul?
Mike.
He was
Is it
from New
Mike?
York.
New York Steve.
Steve.
Steve Elliott. Yep. Okay.
Ooh.
Billy Zane.
Cool.
Well done, Coley. So yeah, she's in the barn trying to get her groove on, and
He was allergic to hay though too, so it's hard to get your groove on when you're sneezing in.
Nah, I could do it.
whatever it was,
He wasn't sneezing all that much. I think he made up the hay thing because he really didn't want it.
most
She was really pressuring him and he really wasn't into it.
most guys are making the excuses in the other way, trying to get some ass. He was thinking of everything. He's like, your dad's gonna find out. He already dislikes me. Like everything he could think of, he was
Can't
just
get
like,
it up.
Like, boys, quit.
yeah. I'm allergic to Kansas poons, whatever it was. There's chiggers in my wang, whatever excuse you come up with. I come from Kansas, so I know about chiggers.
Yeah.
And the effects of chiggers.
So, being from Kansas, don't you think that guy, the bounty hunter, would have stuck out as the only gay in Texas?
In Texas?
Oh, Kansas, sorry. Kansas.
Especially in the 80s. Oh, and I should say, there was a fantastic thing where the bounty hunters have these sort of shapeless green heads, and they will take on the form of whatever life form.
The
transformation was really awesome.
Yeah.
I really think it was just a way to shoehorn that guy's hair in there. We gotta get this guy in the movie somehow. Look at that hair.
But they take on the shape. He happens to be watching MTV or something and catches a rock video by a guy named Johnny Steele. So he takes on
Power of the Night.
Yeah, Power of the Night. He takes this butt rocker's face. The other bounty hunter just sort of takes whoever he runs into. He changes it up like 3 times in the movie. So it breaks down like this. The family is doing family things. The critters have landed and are about to eat a bunch of stuff. They start
kids
with
building
cows.
bombs like the guy in Homeland.
Yeah, the kids fucking firework crazy, building all kinds of bombs.
It's a different time.
Yeah. And the bounty hunters are trying to catch the critters. It seemed like the bounty hunters went everywhere and wrecked everything except for where the critters were, because they were only in the one place.
Just
they only
wherever they would
made
crash
shot
it, so
all
they
around
shoot
the
it up.
critters.
Yeah. They fucked up the church. They fucked up the bowling alley.
The church was just like this shack. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like a
You
shed.
know what I was thinking about was funny when that earthquake happened. I was laughing to myself because I thought, wouldn't it be funny if the daughter ran out and she jizz in her hair and she's like, and Billy Sane's just all relaxed, like, hey, did you guys feel that?
Well, keeping this brief. Eventually, the critters are overtaking the house, despite the family's effort to fight them off. The bounty hunters converge on the place with the local law enforcement, and really just fucking destroy their house. They're like shooting these little critters,
blowing their toilet
Shooting
away.
everything but the critters.
Shooting everything but the critters. The mom did a better job with the shotgun. The dad,
They were kind of dumb as shit.
I
those
think
bounty
she
hunters.
did kill more critters.
She
than
did,
them.
yeah. The kid killed the critter by accidentally shooting the ceiling fan. It fell on his head. And then, of course, the critters merge into this giant critter.
Which we never got a full shot of it. I wish we got just like
Yeah.
It costs way too much money.
true.
And understanding that the daughter was a slut, they try to take her on the ship to space.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
I assumed
Impregnate
that
her,
they were just taking her for food on the trip. But
Or what did you say? Would you call it so? Critter rape is called what?
Crepes.
Everybody loves crepes in the morning.
I gotta say, the tensile strength of the t-shirts, or just shirts in general in this movie, was incredible, because they would lift them up by their shirts. Some dude goes like, they just try to pick them up and rip their shirt off.
Those were better quality in the 80s.
That's when things were hand sewn. And
yeah, Ronald Reagan didn't appreciate shitty fabric. Then eventually, what I thought was pretty cool, that the kid drops one of his firecrackers in the spaceship. And this is a big fucking firecracker too, like
It'd be funny if
homemade
a bunch of
dynamite.
jumping
I think that
jacks.
was a pipe bomb.
With jumping jacks like a lid, it's like
Yeah.
it's a big snake, and they're like, "Oh, it smells like shit."
He rescues his sister, and the town drunk brilliantly whips out his whiskey bottle and makes this Molotov cocktail, throws it in the ship, which ignites the firecracker bomb that's already in there. And then as the aliens are leaving, as a prank, they blow up the rest of the house, which
that was
is hilarious.
That was
fucking awesome.
Even
Flying
the
away,
little,
just
That's
like
vindictive.
even the little critter's like, and then as they're flying away, of course, it blows up. The aliens the alien bounty hunters give the kid this weird, looks like a futuristic credit card thing.
It kind of looks like a garage door opener.
Yeah, sort of something like that.
Winks at him and says, "Come."
Yeah, you can run your fingers through my hair. and
I
they
can transform into anybody you want.
they fly off, and then the thing rebuilds their house.
They had an anti-house destruction ray.
Yeah, which makes sense. Which makes sense why they would blow the shit out of everything. So like, fuck it, I can put it back. No problem. No problem.
Wouldn't it put the critters back together though?
It didn't. So
I mean, Billy Zane didn't come back.
Yeah, true.
I was really hoping that their space magic would bring back Billy Zane.
Zane's still just sitting there with like a bloody finger and like blue balls. Like, where is she at?
in fact, I would guess that he actually died of blue balls. Because the critters bit his fingers and then they like
popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, they bit his belly too, weren't they? Like,
Yeah, but it was like, you know,
it
they
was a slow
didn't really.
death.
Yeah.
So painful, blue ball death.
Okay. What do you got for the trivia?
All right. This tidbit is regarding M. Emmett Walsh, who played Harv. And critic Roger Ebert so admired him that he created the Stanton-Walsh rule, which states that no movie featuring either Harry Dean Stanton or M. Emmett Walsh in a supporting role can be altogether bad. But he later had to take back it and said that the rule was broken when Emmett Walsh appeared in Wild Wild West.
Oh,
Yeah, which is a bad one.
The song was awesome.
It still is. And then just a side note regarding Wild Wild West. Will Smith actually turned down the role of Neo in The Matrix to make Wild Wild West.
Good call.
And he says it's like his biggest mistake of
No,
his whole
no,
life.
oh.
I agree.
Correct.
No way, man. He would have been awesome.
I was happy with The Matrix, so I'm glad The Matrix became what it became.
The
Yeah, I
only
don't
one
think
that I'm
Will
kind of
Smith
like,
How do you feel about the sequels, though?
good.
I like the sequel.
I just
Let's
feel
just
like
read
the
about
one
this.
I felt like would have been good was I heard David Duchovny was supposed to be as Neo.
No.
That would have been good.
Oh, no.
They would have been like, Neo's just trying to have a bunch of sex with everybody.
That's right.
You know, it's funny because we did Dracula recently, and we all made a lot of fun of Keanu Reeves with his shitty British
His
accent.
wooden face.
But I gotta tell you, I thought he was fucking solid in The Matrix.
Yo,
Well,
yeah,
that's
he
because
was the
there's
perfect
a whole
role
like
for
I've
him.
read like many things about that, and that's because that's exactly what you want is like a blank slate.
Yeah, you
Because
didn't
you
need a
put
lot
like
of range. in
yeah,
there.
you're putting
Yeah,
yourself
true.
like on him, like so you're thinking like like I, you know, what if I could be the one or something? And that's why like they have people like Keanu Reeves. I don't know, is what
I bet
which I
that's
thought was a pretty
I
good.
guess that explains why they wanted Brad Pitt too. Because that guy's looks like a plank of wood.
A beautiful
There wouldn't be
thing.
enough for him to eat in that movie.
Shit is fine mahogany.
So, if Will Smith was in The Matrix, would he have written a rap about it?
Probably.
I hope so.
So good.
and see that would have taken away from.
Bullet time, like some sort of rap song.
Let's come on back to Critters. What other
All right, Terrence Mann. He reprised the role of Ugg the Bounty Hunter in all 4 Critters movies. But he was also Snowball the Clown in Big Top Pee-wee.
Sweet.
Was he the guy with the hair?
In
Yeah,
Big Top Pee-wee. Oh, I was like, you don't know Snowball?
he was Johnny Steele in Critters.
Oh, okay.
Power of the night.
Then Scott Grimes, who plays the kid Brad Brown. He's the voice of Steve Smith on American Dad.
Which one is that now?
I knew we were
The
sick.
kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
as an adult.
And he's a very, actually good singer.
He is.
Really?
He has a band.
Yeah.
He records all the time.
I don't like his music, per se, but he's very
What kind of
good.
music does he do?
Generic
Nobody actually
pop
listens
crap,
to
yeah.
him.
But
I'm
he's,
gonna
when
He
he
listen
does
to
a
sings,
lot of Michael Jackson on the show.
when he
Like-
sings with Steve, he's beautiful.
All right, and the last bit. This movie actually gives Adolf Hitler an acting credit for playing himself in the archive footage that the Green Alien guys are watching.
That's his present.
Yeah, no. Adolf Hitler,
Looking back,
everybody's
what a
new
really
favorite
cool-
actor.
I've never looked up Hitler on IMDb. I wonder what it's got.
Yeah.
He's probably got a lot of them.
As self.
Wonder what his highest
Schindler's
rated
List.
movie.
Okay, why don't we do Meet Your Monster? This is a new segment, kind of an old segment, but we're changing it up a little bit. Usually, I would just mention what the monster was. Now Sarah's gonna do that. So
The monster is the Critters, and they are space aliens. So, an alien most of the time is a scary space monster.
That's true.
They were scary.
Yeah.
But adorable. How cute
They were
were
cute
they?
too,
When the
yeah.
one
Very
eats
cute.
the firecracker, he's like, and just falls over. You're like, oh, God. What I don't like, though, is when you see little things like that running without... Just kind of like when you see Chucky running or something like that. Ugh.
It's weird.
Sturdy.
Can be effects.
What did you guys think of the other alien characters? Like the jailer was like that weird fat floaty guy, and
Yeah.
They blended his
Mhm.
wig very well, or his little headpiece.
That's a
Those-
good difference.
Yeah.
I guess that
Oh,
one
I
reminded
like
me of that
him.
one guy who was, the one guy in Star Wars that was...
Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt's sidekick.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Good Fortuna is his
Yeah.
name. It's a Twilight.
I give him
We won't
props
get into
for
that.
not making him look all that human.
Yeah.
The
He had
chair
no
guy.
legs, right? He just kind of
Yeah.
like...
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest things that I like about the critters is because they're kind of humanoid, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that they're intelligent in their own right. They can fly a spaceship, and they would talk to each other in their own weird language, and it was subtitled, and it was kind of funny.
Mm.
Though the shit they said was corny, like "let's roll," and then they would roll around
Hey.
like
Hey.
psychopaths. It was cool and all.
Or,
Whoa.
But I thought they were fucking cool critters.
I thought they were... That'd be scary if you saw that. The one scene when he's downstairs in their little crawl space or whatever, and he's looking through with the
The stuffed animal.
flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing. Then you catch a little glimpse of him and it cuts away. I was like, ooh, that's a little bit
Mhm.
Yeah.
And of course, he pokes it with his hand
I'm
instead
gonna
of
root
the
you.
flashlight.
And then they just
Yeah.
kind of nod.
You
on
wouldn't
him.
even do that with like a normal thing,
No,
like a rat or a
please.
mouse.
Hell no.
But he was a farmer, so he's made it tougher stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
He'll touch anything.
I know you're gonna love this. Why don't you give us the Colby count? I believe we have a record. A new record.
low.
A new record low.
Only 2 bodies, 0 boobs in this PG-13 movie. PG-13.
You
Hey,
can't really
Monster
even
Squad was
see any...
PG-13. Everybody loved Monster Squad, so
Mhm.
Were there
So
boobs in
step
Monster
up
Squad?
your game, mate.
no. Well, you
Those
never
are
know.
pervert
You know,
Frankenstein.
that's the whole point of this. You know, see what you guys are into, what you're not. You know.
I'm into boobs. I can tell you right now. You don't need to see
But you like
anything.
Monster Squad. There's no boobs
That's
in Monster
true.
Squad. It
I was
great.
surprised they
But
were...
it had Rudy, so you didn't
Mhm.
need boobs.
He was like boobs.
And at least they were looking for boobs
Yeah.
in Monster Squad.
They tried, damn it.
Yeah, they're trying.
Billy Zane
Frankenstein
wanted
said,
nothing to do with the boobs in this movie.
Absolutely.
bogus.
Boobs.
And now for the special effects, Matt.
All right, for those
Best
who-
name segment.
It hasn't stopped being funny yet.
All right, for the special effects.
Bremps it up there.
Well, as Derek was kind enough to find out for us, because I couldn't find anything on it, the critters rolled around by being, attached to wires, and they just kind of run them that way.
But they looked like they were actually rolling.
I bet there was a
bet
couple
some
of
of those
crew hands that
rolled
were
through.
They put
bowling
like a
it.
toilet paper
Yeah.
roll in the middle of it with the wire. That's how they rolled it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Like the ab roller, they were just.
With wires instead.
Yeah. I thought they looked really, really cool rolling around, but
Like Sonic.
yeah. And they could control their roll because they could control their roll
You
because
gotta slow your roll, bro.
Like the one got caught on fire and he bounced into the toilet to pull
Oh.
himself out. That shit was cool.
One like zipped around a corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
The special effects were done by the Chiodo brothers, who are also credited for Team America, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and Elf. And they're also credited
Elf?
with... Mhm.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, Will Ferrell. They're also credited for creating the prop of the goldfish high heels in "I'ma Get You, Sucker."
Really?
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. So kudos to them.
I was so sad when he was running away and his little shoes broke. So I kept thinking like those poor goldfish.
Oh yeah, they were platform shoes, not high heels.
Yeah. Did you see that movie? Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
No, that sounds good.
I was Pimp of the Year. Yeah, it was fantastic. There's a guy who dies from OGing. Where he just wears too many gold chains and it kills him. He OG'd.
And that's kind of about it. I mean, most of it was just like pyrotechnic stuff, and the face melting scene was, combination of reverse footage and melting wax. Another was like a prosthetic where they just squirted goo through like a prosthetic face.
They said what kind of goo it was?
Horse semen. That's what.
It's really the best effect.
Yeah.
They just had like
It has the right consistency.
They just had like a 15-man bukkake. All you guys jerk off on the face. We'll play it backwards. We'll get out of here.
We messed up that scene. We gotta go jerk off the horse again.
So, I should check off like, did you guys do those lights? Because we gotta get those lights up.
That's too funny. It looked really cool though because instead of it was clearly melting away and they just played it in reverse. But it looked good. It looked like it was
really
building
good.
on,
It almost looked better than the Indiana Jones.
I was gonna
face
say,
melter.
remind me of that. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was quite a few years before, wasn't it? The Indiana Jones.
Probably.
It was like a 70s sort of deal.
Let's see here. Critters was 86. Wasn't Indiana Jones 84?
Face melting technology has come a long way in 2 years.
Yeah. At some point we'll watch Hellraiser, and there's a scene at the beginning of Hellraiser where the character is reformed, and it's really good. Like they did a really good job on that one.
Yeah.
So it'd be a nice comparison.
That's all for me for that segment.
Okay, up next is the Sequelizer, a new segment in which we just mention the many sequels of horror movies because they tend to have a shitload of them.
Man, you think I'm going to do this for Friday the 13th? Like, Friday the 13th, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5.
So there are 4 total critters. Let's see. Not a lot of interesting stuff in the second one. Noteworthy anyway. Third one, Leonardo DiCaprio, was his film debut. 4 follows the rule of being in space. Let's see, Terrence Mann was in all 4 of them, as well as Don Opper, who was Charlie. Fourth one, apparently they don't have the ability to shoot the poison darts for some reason.
Wait, aren't all of them take place in space?
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
that's a good point.
well, no,
But like the whole
primarily in a spaceship. It's in space for the whole movie.
yeah.
Okay. It seems to be something where once you've done enough sequels, they're like, fuck it, throw them in space. Leprechaun
Isn't
in
usually
space.
the fourth one is
Episode
Leprechaun 4 in space?
Episode 4 of Star Wars, that
was in space. Yeah, very, very good point. Yeah.
Apparently, people give the fourth one a lot of shit because most of the scenes are just taken from another movie. Like they just took a bunch of scenes from this other movie called Android, and they just like pieced it all together, and
That's
really
really
pretty bad.
Awesome. Like Kung Pao.
Cheapest
Did you guys
budget
see
ever.
Kung Pao?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
You will call me Betty.
His squeaky shoes.
That's the best one. Because this the whole movie just randomly. Wait.
Okay, back to Critters. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We keep going astray here. Okay, anything else noteworthy about the sequels of this? Only 4. That's pretty good for a movie like this.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of money they were bringing in.
all of it. It just
the money.
got all of it.
Most of. I mean, the fourth one is just a bunch of shit from other movies, so
That had to be inexpensive.
yeah, it's all profit.
Up next, another new segment, the Nefarious News.
I couldn't find any really good new stuff. So,
You didn't have any
Nothing
real
was-
critter news?
well,
Like,
I
this
mean,
By a cat one
No,
time?
like rabid bunnies or
this is
anything?
hard.
Pretty
Well,
close.
there was a couple years ago feral cats running around France attacking people,
Nice.
which is
That
pretty,
happens
which is
all the
pretty
time.
cool. But that's all they had. I'm like, oh, the end. So there's your one story.
That's pretty good. I like that.
So I thought maybe we could talk about weird animals. Have you guys ever heard of the jewel wasp or the emerald wasp?
Mm.
Yeah.
The one that lays its eggs in the tarantulas. Sorry.
Well,
Well,
No,
Yeah.
Sarah,
Yeah.
tell us how this goes.
This will be my last.
this thing is gross.
Yeah, cut his mic.
It attacks cockroaches or bigger animals, bugs.
Would it attack an elephant?
Yeah, I don't think it has no venom.
Oh.
But it stabs it. Somehow it gets its goo up into their brain and makes it like kind of a zombie. Then lays its eggs in there, and as the eggs hatch, they eat the inside of the cockroach, and then they leave it, and that's how they die. It's interesting.
That's crazy.
What jerks?
My delivery's not the best, but ew. So pretty
The
much.
facts there.
Yeah. Oof. It grosses me out. Sorry. I didn't have a very good one this week.
Up next is our lovely critical critique.
Okay.
Boy, we are just tearing through these today. So.
Is this show going to be 10 minutes long? I'm sorry.
Matt's battery's low. We gotta could dig around this episode.
We might have another record tonight. It's the shortest podcast.
This one's from Douglas Pratt of DVDlaser.com.
That's
There's not a lot of reviews online for this movie.
DVD
so this is-
Laser?
Yeah.
That's not a good website name.
So this is a negative review, but it's a variety of modest but well executed special effects enlivens the otherwise run of the mill effort about carnivorous aliens terrorizing a farm. The farm wins.
Oh.
That's a horror review.
All the chickens get
I gotta say that kind of sums up how I feel about it. Like, it was boring, but I was like, oh, that's neat.
They just spent too much time developing the family, which
Yeah.
I did care about them at the end, though.
I mean, I just really liked the cat.
Apparently the kid did too. He's
Yeah,
going back for
the
it.
son went back for the cat, but the mother didn't go back for the son.
Okay,
So it's total
Those parents did
dick
not.
move. They just were like, all right, good luck.
Okay, someone said earlier, I think Kathleen, that this was New Line's answer to Gremlins.
How do you know his new line, though?
I don't know.
There was
They were subtle
only
about
like
putting it.
7 scenes.
Well,
or
if you guys
something.
if you guys were paying attention at the beginning, there was I think like 7 times they said it was New Line Cinema.
New Line
must
Cinema
not
presents a New Line
Yeah.
Theater.
I think I'm not 100% on that one.
Okay, so what do you guys think here? Obviously, Gremlins is the better fucking
Yeah.
movie by far.
Yeah.
By a mile.
But why?
Well,
It was funner.
yeah.
It's funner.
They put some
Gizmo.
It was
jokes in
funnier.
There's no gizmo.
You cared about the people more
Yeah.
in Gremlins.
Really?
Well, that's the thing about this movie.
I just like Gizmo and
Like, half the cast was irrelevant in this movie. They could have cut at least 50% out,
Yeah.
and there would have been no change.
Those bounty hunters were completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
And they had like vacuum hoses. There's like guns with like Christmas lights on it. It was a
His
mess.
sister was unnecessary. His mom was unnecessary. She shot one of them, but
And
his dad was
far be it
unnecessary.
from me to judge. Was it the Foley that does the sound?
Oh.
Judge a Foley on his job. But the whole time these bounty hunters are jingling, and I'm looking at their outfits like, what is jingling
All those
so
chains.
much? There wasn't any chains. There were studs on their jacket.
No, I think there's chains and shit
No,
too.
I'm telling you, I was looking for what was jingling.
Colby
Because
can
they're
spot
walking.
a stud.
Oh.
They were walking around like ching, ching, ching. I was like,
Maybe
what
it
the
was
fuck is making
spurs.
that sound? Okay, yeah, space birds.
Maybe they had a
Yeah.
bunch of piercings in their balls.
Oh.
It was like, click, click.
That's the power of the night.
You know, I think the whole beginning of the movie, I kept thinking, man, that dad just bitches all day at that kid. Where if you look at
You
Gremlins,
know,
he was
he was
buying
working all
a
day.
present for his kid. Like he really,
And the kid was a little asswipe.
well,
That's the
the,
only
alright.
person
No, the
with
kid was
kids.
good.
Sometimes they just get on your nerves.
the
Just
kid was
kidding.
good. He took credit for shooting his sister with a slingshot when it was Charlie that did it because
Fucking
he didn't
idiot,
want him to get
too.
in trouble.
Even if you hit the can, they're still standing right there. Charlie, you're going to hit something. The car, them. Dumbass.
drunk.
And I resent the
Yeah,
fact
he was
that
drunk.
all the dumbass characters in movies always ride a scooter. That's bullshit.
There was a
Trust him with a car.
He rode a bicycle.
No, he
a
had a
light on
scooter.
it.
He rode off on a scooter when he
No,
was like,
he was on a bike.
yeah, he was like
It's
pedaling.
still really
on a bike
Yeah, he was-
all day.
No, I'm telling you at the beginning. I'll rewatch it right now.
Oh, I think this is going to be
Yeah.
a fight.
Either they have a major continuity error with his
Yeah,
mode
because
of
if he would have hit him on a
transportation.
scooter, he would have killed him.
No, he got a bike later.
Well,
But,
like
he
he's
went
got
home
so
on
much
scooter.
money that he's got a scooter and a bike.
He got a scooter a long time ago. He saved up for it.
Colby,
Before he-
just because you ride a scooter, you're still cool,
It's okay,
man.
you're cool, man.
Yeah.
Don't let critters affect you.
Fucking critter up.
That's funny. I had another question too. Okay, we recently watched Phantasm. What do you guys think this kid versus Mike from Phantasm?
Oh, he has
Oh,
ass handed to him,
Phantasm would
man.
have kicked his ass.
Yeah.
He'd be like, Dad, where's my slingshot? And fucking boom, that kid would have had him with
I
a
don't know,
wrench
this
or
kid would
something.
have his like anarchist cookbook open.
True.
and all
Oh,
sorts
that's
of
true.
fun, you know.
It did blow that fucking ship to smithereens with his firecracker.
Okay, but remember Michael when he rigged up that thing to blow up the door? He put like the shotgun shell on the hammer with the tack and fucking blasted the door handle off like MacGyver. I think he'd be all right.
And then when he grabbed a gun, that's the little kid. He couldn't even get a gun. Yeah. They had like 4 in their house.
And this kid had a bike he could barely get to while Mike drove that Himikuda.
Yeah.
Winner Phantasm.
Yep.
Winner Gremlins. Sorry, Critters.
Okay. To throw it back to previous episodes, which troublemaking boy and idiot adult combination do you like better? Critters or Leprechaun?
Ooh, that's a good comparison too.
I would say Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
They were more buddy in Leprechaun.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Even though he treated that kid like...
So
No, that kid treated
Or that's
Idiot guy like
He's
shit.
the operation so you can be smart again.
Hey, was that the guy from Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure.
Do you know his name by chance?
Francis.
Yeah,
Movie?
Francis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
That was
was
Francis?
wasn't it?
I
Or am I
think
wrong?
so.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Francis was the guy who originally paid to have his bike stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And then
But
in the
was he-
swimming pool scene
Yeah,
where
but
he
was
gives him
he
that
the
gun.
guy in Leprechaun?
Yes.
And he was also in Teen Wolf.
Remember when he
was
Pee-wee's
Chubbs.
little feet under the pool?
He screams underwater. That movie's so great.
Was it better than Slaughter High? Yes.
You like Critters better than Slaughter High?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't see any dicks in this movie, which I
Oh
appreciate.
my god.
But you didn't see any boobs either.
I'll take it. Like,
So you'd rather miss a dick and not see a boob?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If they're like,
What's wrong with you, Cole?
like, we could show these boobs, but there's like a dick and swing across the screen. I'm like, you know what? Just save them.
See, I feel like I would. I feel like I would endure a dick shot if I knew I was going to be rewarded
There's
with
nothing
boobs.
to endure.
Now, wait,
You
how
just,
many
that's
boobs?
just natural, man.
You just go like,
How many boobs are we talking here?
4.
I would make it. I would.
And they're the best boobs you've ever seen.
Then yeah, okay, I'd be okay with that.
I would go
But
like.
they're in the same frame as Dick.
Okay,
That's
like,
fine because they'd be distracting me from the dick. I'd be
Dick is betwixt
I'd
the
be-
boobs.
still. I'd be so zeroed in on the boobs.
Just look like a weird nipple.
I love how you said betwixt instead of between.
He's bringing some class to this.
That was dicks betwixt thigh and breast.
Are you going?
Yep.
Okay. Who's got a scene they like the best?
I don't have a scene as much as I thought the attention to detail was cool. That the bounty hunter, when he turned into the cop, he turned into the dead cop. Like he still had all like the damage on his face and
Oh,
stuff.
that's cool.
I guess my favorite part was quote as well was just when the one critter gets blown away and the other one's like fuck. The fact that they have a word for fuck in their language.
And it's just kind of a squeal.
I liked when the critter ate the firecracker.
Yeah,
That was funny.
that was good.
When then he just smoke him out of his nose and he
Slumped
collapsed.
over.
I like the scene at the end where, for retribution, they just blow the shit out of their house.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty great.
Like every scene with the cat.
Mm.
I really like the scene where he throws the bowling ball and it just destroys the pins. Like
They're made out of chalk, apparently.
yeah.
When you throw a bowling ball that fast.
And then the quote that went with that was he said, "I wonder what team he plays on."
What were their shirts? Were they little pin busters kind of thing? Ghostbusters?
Yeah,
Pinbusters.
What was the Simpsons team called?
Whose?
Pin
Powers
pals.
of the
Pin
night.
Pals.
Oh,
That were
that's a good one.
Yeah. I guess I'll wrap it up
We're
here.
running out of juice. We gotta go.
Anyone have any last words they want to say? Sarah, do you want to tell us your...
Oh, it's gonna be too long.
Okay.
I'll
What
give
is
you a
it?
hint though. For next week, we're going to do out of context quotes. You're going to have to tell me who said it, and if you can, what episode it was from.
Okay.
I'll give you one taste.
Oh, like
Alright.
that we say?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We got enough time for one?
Maybe. Go quick.
America only asks once, then you get the fuck out.
Matt.
Matt said that.
Hills have eyes.
Yeah. Next week there'll be more.
That's
they're
funny.
from
That's a
art.
good one.
So I thought they were going to be from random movies or shit.
No. You won't believe the filth you guys have said.
We'll be doing our own awesome quotes. I like
Yeah.
that. Well, that is it for Meet Your Monsters this week. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me and watching this movie that half of you could appreciate. I appreciate that. Thanks to you at home for listening. If you're following along, next week's movie will be Oculus.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
All right.
Alright.
Bye, guys.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Critters. They bite.